Good
Good
morning,
morning, good morning.
and welcome to Motivational Moments with Marissa. I have with me here Nathaniel X. Ross, who is also a contributing writer of the Own It magazine. We are here to motivate you this Monday morning and get you so excited and riled up for the week that you will take this week by storm. Own It magazine and publishing is focusing this month on heart and passion, and how we are showing up for ourselves in our life, our career, our business, and on motivational moments. It's your life, own it. We are focused on you, on your life, and how you show up for yourself. One of the biggest things is to be let go, to be unleashed, and to be free of any fear, anything that will hold you back. And Nathaniel's expertise and background and his heartbeat is all about your money, your wealth, your finance, and how you're managing all of that. And in order for you to really feel free, and I believe that Nathaniel would agree with me, and he can share his insight on that too, is one of the biggest things, one of the secret and silent fears that people are suffering through. It has a lot to do with their finances and a lot to do with how they're managing their money. It's one thing for us to tell you, oh, go be free, deal with this stress, overcome that fear, overcome. But if your money is not right, it's going to be very challenging for you to really be set free. And so, Nathaniel, you decided to jump on board with me this morning. And I want you to share with the audience. I'm pretty sure at this point they've gotten to know you, that you're not new to being on the platform with me. You shared about your background coming up. But share more and more about your program, the nonprofit that you have, and how you really want to help people so that they can kill that silent fear. Because one of the biggest things is being embarrassed about your money. No one wants to talk about money because no one wants to talk about it's, it deals with your credit, it deals with all of those things that would make you feel a little bit of shame. And let's shame the devil so that they can be set free. So talk a little bit about the programs that you offer, um, and how you feel about the heart
Well,
being free as it
let me
relates to finances.
let me apologize up front. I'm fighting a cold here, so
And you came on with us anyway. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. So um, people say things, and there are different sayings out there, and you hear them, and they go, "Oh, well, that's what rich people say because rich people don't have to deal with the problems that the rest of us do." And I want to blow that myth out of the water. Wealthy people have to deal with the same problems that poor people have to deal with, that middle class people have to deal with. In fact, wealthy people have to deal with a different set of problems as well.
Hmm.
They may not be worried about how they're going to pay their bills that's coming on a monthly basis, and a lot of them do because they're overspending. Just because you got money don't mean that you spend and that
Right.
you have financial intelligence. Um, but from the heart is like, since we're talking about this heart theme, it ties into what we're doing with Abundance Legacy, which is a nonprofit that I started. And the whole purpose of the nonprofit is to help people to grow personally, for personal and professional growth and development. And the words that I always hear from people is, I need to do it, but I can't afford it. When it really is, you can't afford not to do it.
There you go.
But we have teamed up with Own It magazine and the platform, the publishing platform, and we're going to remove that excuse. And with the nonprofit, we're going to be paying for people to get coaching, relationship coaching. We're going to be paying for people to get professional career coaching. We're going to be paying for life coaching. We're going to take them through financial boot camps, so that they can get their finances in order. So there will no longer be the excuse of, I can't afford it. So now what is your excuse going to be? I don't have the time. Um, so and as you, so this whole nonprofit Abundance Legacy is from the heart. Once you understand, you you can't buy so many houses, so many cars, so many boats, so many toys. You can't have but so much money in the bank that you then have to start helping mankind. And that's what this is about for me and for the people that's with my nonprofit. It's about how do we give back to humanity? How do we leave this planet better than the way we found it?
Yep. How do we leave it? And I just feel like, when you are, and what's beautiful about this is, like you said, you're removing it. So most of the time, people will say they don't have the money to get the programs that you're offering, right? They don't have the money, but time is yours, right? So your time is yours, especially after you're done with work. It's yours. And I always, the platform. We're live on It's Your Life, Own It. You got to make the decisions to own your life. You have to make the time to, if you want different results, then you got to do something differently. And one of the things is you have to commit to yourself. And I liked, we had a live last night with the contributing writers to the Own It anthology. And Amina had shared, like, you have to show up for yourself. So, heart is not always about anxiety and fear. You have to own it, is about owning your life, taking it back. So, okay, you grew up Baltimore, if I'm correct, Baltimore. We all, we all can't control our beginnings, but we can take authority and begin to take back control over our ending, over our middle, or what's next for us. We can take that control back. No more excuses, and that's what you're taking out of the way. You're taking out of the way the excuses, because we can have money. We can have money. We just
Sure.
have to make the right decisions, on how we take care of that money and what we do with that money and how we invest that money. So share a little bit about the experience, about, because honestly, when you know how to manage your life right, it will build confidence, right? When you know how to manage your life right, when you take authority over your life, and this is the construct or the framework I want, because we talked about in January about mindset. You are the chief executive officer of your life. You are the one who makes the decisions. You may not be able to control everything that you have access to, but you do have control over the choices that you make. And so you take authority back over your life and start doing the things that are necessary in order for you to get the results that will really make you happy, that will really make you begin to enjoy and be more passionate, show up more passionately in your life. And one of the things is, one, your health, because you need to be around here, in order to enjoy the wealth. You do the right things to gain it. You need to make sure your health is right. That means that you have to control and you have to make necessary choices in even what you're eating and consuming and putting into your body. And then the next thing is you got to show up in finances. When you can afford it, buy the beautiful home. But if you can't afford it, don't buy the beautiful home. Buy the beautiful home that's within your reach. And so, share a little bit about what specifically will they experience. Why would they come and begin to work with you? And what are the results? Some of the results that they'll see
Well,
as a result of working with you.
the first thing is the mindset. People have to change the way that they think about things. You can't, and you can't blame your parents. You can't blame your grandparents because they only know what they know,
Yeah.
right? We're in an information age now. There's so much information out there that there's no excuse for you not to know what's going on, right? In fact, there's too much information out there, so you got to kind of sort through and figure out and discern what is good versus what is bad. Um, but what you got to change your mindset and coming through, whether you're getting coaching, whether you're coming through the financial boot camp, whether you're coming through the choices program that teach you how to make choices in life. It's going to help you to get the mindset because everything stimulates comes from the mind. Anything that
Yeah.
comes into existence comes from the mind. there's no big secret about this. Let's take all the mystic out of it. You know, you have to be able to think about it first. And when you think about it, then you can do it. You know,
Yep.
so that's what we do is we get you into an environment where we help you to understand. And you know what? Let me share this first. Um, People always talk about I'm going to get my mind, body, and spirit right. No, you need to get your spirit right. And once you get your spirit right, then it's going to help you to get your mind right. Once you get your mind right, then you can get your body right. And once you get your body right, then you got to put yourself in the right environment. And then once you're in the right environment, your environmental influencers will help take you to your destiny, to that next level that you got. And
Mhm.
we always leave off environment and environmental influences. You can
Yes.
work on your spirit and your mind and your body, but if you're in the wrong environment, chances of you thriving are little to none. And if you
Yes.
got the wrong people influencing you, again, you're in that same situation. You're not going to advance and move forward. So let's start there, understanding that you got to get your spirit right, you got to get your mind right, you got to get your body right, you got to get in the right environment, and you have to have the right people influencing you.
Hmm.
And that's what happens when you come through our nonprofit program is we introduce you to a new set of people and people that are moving in the same direction, like-minded people. And you know what? And you start off with some people get left behind.
Yes.
You
Yes.
keep
Yes.
moving, you keep moving to whatever your destiny is, and you will intersect with people at different points of them. You might meet somebody and they disappear out of your life, and 20 years later they're back in your life because they've caught up. But you don't stop growing and you don't stop developing, trying to wait or try to pull somebody along with you. So, we tie this into passion. And this is my passion is to help people to get from unstuck from where you
Yep.
are to where you want to get to. And when you do that, guess what? When you find what your true purpose is, when you find what your passion is, it's not working. And you hear that there's a saying out there, if you do your passion, you never work a day in your life. And that is so true. So when people watch these musicians that are out there and the different artists that are out there, and they go, or the sports players out there, and they go, wow, they got these fantastic lives and they're making money. These people are doing what they dream. That they live for that stuff. So
Hmm.
that's not work to them. So to put in a 15-hour day doing what is your passion
What is
is
your
no big
passion?
deal. And it's the same for us. I mean, Marissa, you work 2, 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, you might be working. And I do it too. I mean, I may be in bed sleeping, wake up, and go, I got an idea, and get up and I start working because it's the passion.
Mm.
And if you follow that passion and you get on purpose, the money comes. The problem is people are so focused in on the money that they're missing everything else that they need, and they're missing the boat on the money too.
You said a lot. And I'm like, I like taking my notes. So you said people come back around in 20 years and how now they're catching up with you. Sometimes it's just a crossroads. Sometimes
Yep.
they're just catching up with you and they're just passing through. They're not meant to stay either. They're just passing through, you're colliding, they're saying, oh my God, you're doing blah 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 blah. Sometimes it turns into something, sometimes it's just a passing by. You gotta know, so you have got to be in alignment so that you know, when a person is supposed to stay and there's a partnership and there's something that's supposed to be explosive that happens, or when they're just passing by to say, hey, I see you. You've gotta be on point with yourself. That's why motivational moments, on the Monday moments with Marissa, is all about coming into that place of self-awareness. Know thyself. It's so important for you to know thyself. You're not going to get yourself into discipline. You're not going to unleash your passion until you know yourself. You were saying something in regards to what we are doing. We do what we love to do, and so it does not feel like working. It's. I can't tell you. Now, it's not that I don't face challenges, and behind the scenes, we talk very transparent because we hold each other accountable. It's not that you don't go through challenges. It's just that you just you're just free because you're aligned with your design and you are just doing what comes natural. You are operating in your gifting, your talent, everything that you were designed to do. And the purpose of this Monday show is to your life is an assignment, but in order for you to show up well in that assignment, you have to get into alignment. You have to get into alignment with your design. You have to get in alignment with knowing who you are, what you're made of, what makes you tick, what ticks you off, all that you have to offer this world. You have to discover in order for you to really explode passionately. One thing is very important too is the discipline that comes with knowing who you are. You have to become disciplined, and discipline means that you have to become knowledgeable. You talked about environments and making sure that we're in proper environments. That's also too because you have an internal and an external force that's working either for you or against you. And so you want to put yourself in environments by which it is going to support the results that you are headed toward achieving. You want those people around you. And with that being said, we're going to segue because we want you here in the Dominican Republic for the Own It Anthology Conference and Retreat. We want you here in an environment. There is something about leaving the country, going somewhere else to really, really unleash all your dreams so that you don't have to worry about who's going to tell you no, who's going to be negative, who's going to be the naysayer, the party pooper, who's going to be the one that makes you forfeit walking into all that you have secretly desire because you can't share it with anybody. You want to come to events like this is going to be life changing. This if you can't get no more, you can't get any realer or authentic and the grassroots work that is necessary for you to change and transform your life than events like this. This is not your big stage, lights, glitz, and glamour. We're gonna have a lot of fun. One thing is for sure, we're gonna have a lot of fun, but you're gonna be empowered, equipped, educated, and launched into what is next for your life with a foundation that's unshakable. And so let you see for yourself the excitement and the fun that you're going to have here in the Dominican Republic, April 26th. If you're interested in registering for the conference, please go to tcsconsultingllc.com for all the details. You can take your time, scroll up and down the page and see all of the details. You can also contact me directly at the Own It Magazine at gmail.com or Own It Publishing at gmail.com. I am here for any questions that you may have. You can also message me on Messenger as well. This conference is about pouring into you. As Nathaniel mentioned earlier, is we do this out of our love for you. We do this because we have been there, we have done that, and we know how to do the necessary changes and adjustments and applying the right principles to really transform your life. And Nathaniel, as he says, transform your wealth. And so share a little bit more with the people. I know that you were going in regards to the environment, in regards to all that you offer. and you're going to be with us here in the Dominican
Yes.
Republic. He is also a Dominicana. He's in the States right now, but he is here and will be frequent here and soon here, right?
Yes, I'm building a home there. Excuse me, and my home will be supposedly be completed by the end of April.
Okay,
You know,
awesome.
and
Definitely time, right?
your commercial's right on point. I mean, it's the environment to be able to step outside what you're used to step out. You know what? What's stopping you from waking up in paradise every day? You. You are stopping you from doing it. When you make up your mind that you want to do something, you can do it. So I'm building a home in the Dominican, and I'll be there for the conference, and then right after the conference, I'll move into my new home. Um, and it's like for me, it was like, how do I stretch these boundaries? Right? I'm gonna get a condo in Thailand.
Mm,
And I'm actually going to Thailand and at the end of the year, December. I'm going to be there for 45 days. I'm going to do December and half of January in Thailand, then come back, check in here in the States, and then shoot right over to the DR and stay in the DR for the remainder of the winter. People, you got to create what it is that you want. You got to get out of your own way, and you got to get people that's willing to help you. And I mean, and that's what it really comes down to. You can figure it out the hard way. And for most of us, I'm in my 60s, right? So I don't have but so many years left on this planet. So I have to keep learning faster and faster.
yes.
So the older you are, the faster you got to learn. Because, it's like, when you were dating, when you were younger, you could say, oh, man, I date this person and I waste 3 or 4 years dating this person. And I'll date somebody else. When you get older, you don't have time on your side. And that's whether it's related to work or money or whatever, it's not on your side. So you got to master things faster. So
Yes.
you got to ask yourself, how old am I? How much longer do I got? And what do I want to get accomplished in the years that I got left? And either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it, you know? And someone told me I always put my brother on blast, but my brother is the complete opposite of me. My brother tell me I'm going to do something. 40 years later, he's telling me he's going to do that same thing and haven't taken step one to do it. Look, I mean, come on, folks. This is one go around. Figure out.
Yeah,
You got to figure it out, and you can either learn from our mistakes and avoid them, or you can go through them. And if you go through them, it's the long, hard way. So if we're telling you there's a pothole in the middle of the road, when you go down there at 50 feet, go to the right. To miss that pothole, you can either go to the right and miss it, see it, appreciate it, and keep moving forward. Or you can say, oh, I want to learn it the hard way and hit the pothole and see and get injured and see how long you get stuck at that pothole before you can move on to move forward. So it
please.
really comes down to choices. And most people out there that's making decisions don't know how to make decisions. You got to come to this conference so we can teach you, understand who
Yep.
you are.
Yep.
We got to teach you how to get your finances in order. And since you had mentioned finances, look, finances in every part of your life.
Yes.
Spiritually, spiritually, you should be tithing. You should be helping other people, whether you're giving it to the church, the synagogue, to the community at large. You should be giving something back to the community.
Yes.
From a health perspective, if you don't have your money right, you got poor health because you got the healthcare system is expensive. So you got to get your finances right so you can have the right kind of health care that's going to help you to maintain your well-being so that you can enjoy the money that you have and the stuff that you have and the relationships that you have. You got to get your money right so that you can take care of your family, which is your support system that's going to help you to do everything that you do in life. So money is key. It's not the most important thing, but it is very important because it shows up in every aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to keep educating yourself. Absolutely, you got to keep learning because there's always somebody out there that's thinking faster, smarter, moving ahead. Um, and unfortunately, we live in, I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, we live in a world that's positive and negative.
Mm-hmm.
So for everything that's positive, there's a negative side.
There's a
So
negative.
as you make money, there's going to be somebody trying to take your money.
Yep.
You
Yep.
got to
Yep.
learn enough to be able to say, how do I hold on to my money?
Yeah.
But yes, you need to come to this conference so we can open up your mind and open up your heart and help you to live a better life. And
To
I'll
live.
share this. I was talking to a friend of mine last night who started off who used to work for me, and he was just existing. And I said to him, "What do you do?" He said, "Oh, I get up every day. I come. I do my job. I go." And I said, "But that's not living. You're just existing. Why don't you create a life?" And he looked at me like I had two heads. 4 years later, he's living life. He's
Mm.
living life. So, and he's in his 60s. He's older than me. So it's not never too late to learn.
It's never too late to start living and
Yeah.
experience that living. The critical thing for some people is going to be to let go of why they didn't do it sooner.
Yep.
So the one thing I want to just say to you is I understand the psyche, the mind, the mindset, and what it does to us if we don't check it. And so, what Nathaniel is saying to you is that you need to stop existing, stop just being, and start being intentional, showing up. Have the audacity to believe that you can go and do something. Here
Yeah.
I am, this is, I don't even know how many years later. I had the audacity to think I can have my own conference. I had the audacity to think before everybody started publishing books like crazy. I had the audacity. I had a friend of mine share with me how to publish my own book. And I had the audacity to go ahead and do it. And then I did it 12 other, 13 other more times. I had the audacity to think that I could start my and launch my own magazine. I did it for the conference, which was one magazine. But now I do it multiple times. I do it monthly. I've shown other people how to do their own magazines because I had the audacity and the defiance to say, yeah, this is a world that we live in that says, no, you can't do that, or you don't want to take this risk, or there's so much negativity that will keep you in fear of failure, fear of what other people may think, fear of your own self doubt, your own lack of courage, or you feel like you're not smart enough, you're not educated enough, whatever it is, have the audacity to say, I refuse to leave this earth without living a fulfilling life. And that starts with making the decision to write down your dreams. Written dreams are more likely, they're 42% more likely to happen when you write the vision, you make it plain, and then you structure an action plan to make it happen. Hold yourself accountable to live a life that you can just bask and bathe in. I can literally walk across the street and I'm at that beach. It is not, it's a 2 second walk for me to go. That's my backyard, So that's something I wanted. That's something I desire to do. Come to the conference. This Caribbean Sea, the salt water does something to the brain. And I'm not joking about it. I'm very serious. It does something to the brain that causes you to just relax and be open. You want to be open to receive all the knowledge, all the encouragement, the empowerment, the action plan, the steps, the details. You want to be open to receiving all of that during this conference. This is the first quarter of the year. We'll be finishing out the first quarter of the year in April, and it will just catapult you into the rest of the year with a whole different mindset, to be unleashed, to tap into and unleash your unlimited God-given potential, to be in alignment with your assignment, which is your life, that you can leave a legacy instead of just leaving the earth. that you can leave a mark on the earth that can't be changed, can't be taken away. Um, that's an opportunity for you. It's not too late. I always say delay is never denial. And so taking center stage and owning it with me is my bro, Nathaniel X. Ross, and he is coming to you and he's ready to pour out to you wisdom when it comes to building, managing, and sustaining your wealth. And it's time to get started. You don't even have to wait for the conference to get in touch with Nathaniel X. Ross. All you have to do is Google him. You don't even have to worry about him shooting out a site or anything. Yeah, Google him. You can message him on Messenger. You can reach out to him, his contact information. Put him in Google and find out who has just been sitting with you for the last 30 minutes. And get connected. Don't miss out on his opportunity. He's telling you that he has a nonprofit organization, that he is ready to bless you and coaching you through your life, through your love relationships, through managing your money. So get in contact with him. He's a contributing writer for the Own It magazine. We are honored to have him. You can look at the Own It magazine online. If you're interested in becoming one of our subscribers, just reach out to me. I will add you, drop your email in there for me. I will add you to the subscribers, and you can see all of his tips on finances and managing and investment. You can see all of his tips in the Own It magazine every single month. And we love you, but we're out. You got any closing thoughts and tips for the people?
Yeah, I'll give one quick lesson. Don't be afraid to fail, because you're gonna fail.
Yep.
We all have failed, and that's how you get to success.
Yep.
So that's what's holding, the fear of failure is what's holding you back, and it's gonna happen. So
It's gonna
just
happen.
fail and get back up, brush your pants off, and do it again. Anybody
Failure is just a lesson learned.
failed. Yeah. So
Yeah, I learned all the technology difficulties I've had in going live and then going live by myself for so many years. You have to take fear by the horn. It's like a bull. Take that fear by the horns and you got to bring that neck around and snap it and bring it down because it's designed to paralyze you. You'll never level up. You'll never be free if you worry about failing. Fail, it's okay. Dust yourself off, get up, keep it moving. But get in contact with us because it's your life and it's time for you to own it. We're out. Love you. Have an amazing, incredible week.